PREED 1.
Yeah. Llegó el papá de los pollitos, a.k.a. Marquito, y el motherfucking Pararruido. What? Yeah. Ahora sí. Pa' que hablen por algo.
Desde que yo abro los ojos en la mañana, yo sé lo que me alivia y sé lo que me daña. También sé que cada quien en este mundo tiene sus debilidades, y eso no solo aquí, es en todos los lugares. Los problemas del mundo tienen el mundo involucrado. Unos han fallado, otros se han superado, otros esperan que algo les caiga del cielo, otros siempre repiten que nada les da miedo. Por mujeres o dinero siempre se comienza el pleito. Unos dicen yo te puyo, otros dicen yo te afeito. No importan las palabras, aquí se habla con hechos. Aquí ya hemos pasado por caminos muy estrechos. Aquí como allá, yo sé que ya se ha sufrido. En ambos lugares el dolor se ha establecido, pero igual hemos seguido. Va los nuestros defendido, va avanzando sin descanso, sin reposo, no he dormido.
A nosotros no nos hablen de cultura. Esto es para mis hijos de puta. En un revoltijo cultural, porque aquí hay unidad. Si no me crees, pues vete a verificar, cáele ya. O es mejor que se quede calladito, desenfocadito y póngase a estudiar, porque aquí si te duermes te harán bocaditos. Trata el pendiente y nada más.
Aquí hay de todo y para todos, de todos colores, frijol con arroz, riz, banane, plantain, griot, sancocho, baleadas, pupusas, tamales, palamarre. También hay algo de cuscús y general Tao, ¿capiaste? Somos un nido multicultural en un pequeño pedacito de isla en donde nadie es igual. Cada cabeza es un mundo, hay blancos también oscuros, hay tanto pendejo inculto y no hay campo para tanto bruto. Unos usan drogas, otros chupan bolas, otros en la joda, unos ríen, otros lloran, unos piden, otros roban. Yo me dedico a ser cantante o rap, pero llámalo como quieras llamarle, le llamo arte y me junto únicamente con los grandes. Ando con papá Marquitos pa' que ahora sí por algo hablen. Somos leyendas y lo saben. Nuestras influencias fueron Copeland, Rocky, Grandmaster.
Wow. A nosotros no nos hablen de cultura. Esto es para mis hijos de puta. En un revoltijo cultural, porque aquí hay unidad. Si no me crees, pues vete a verificar, cáele ya. O es mejor que se quede calladito, desenfocadito y póngase a estudiar, porque aquí si te duermes te harán bocaditos. Trata el pendiente y nada más.
Música real pa' tu cerebro, nene. M to the R to the motherfucking K. All day, every day. El Pararruido, haciendo ruido. Brown's family, what up? Hey, Agua Negra, what up? Yeah. Ustedes saben quiénes son los dueños de este legado, mi gente. Real city's finest. Y no hay más nada. Yeah.
Ooh, you were tuned into the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.diggingdaily.com. This is the Wave Radio broadcasting live at Hotbox Studios. And as always, we got special guests at PREED 1. Welcome, homeboy, welcome.
What's up, brother? Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, no doubt. Thank you for coming through. You said you were going to bring us some jams, homie. You were not playing. Talk about that first track, homeboy.
That's a track that I did with my homie Marquito. It's featuring Paranoise, our homie Paranoise. And this is an album that we dropped a few months back.
Nice. What's the name of that album?
Man, I think for this project, we tried to we were experimenting with it, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, I think my homie Marquito, I sent him a couple beats, you know, I don't know, like 1 month, like it was like December or something like that, and then a few months back, he reached out to me and he had the album completed and shit. So he was the one that really you know, did his thing with it and shit. And it's called Nucleo Volviendo a la Raíz.
Word. So let's get a little background about you, dog, because hearing that first track that we played, you're not an MC.
No, I'm not, man. I used to dabble with the mic freestyle here and there, drunk freestyles with the homies, but at the same time, it wasn't something that I don't like to be on the spotlight. I like to be looking on the background, you know, and creating music. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that part. I'm the same way. That's why I'm over here and you're over there.
You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask, you're a producer, man. You're making the music that the MC can freestyle to or write to. How long have you been doing this?
Man, I think I started in around 2000. 2000. I got exposed to music back then.
Word up.
When I was a graffiti artist, man, we used to boost. We used to come up on things and hustle, you know. And we came up on some equipment. And at the time, I didn't know what it was really, you know what I mean? But we held on to it. And a few years later, we had a pad with some homies. We started a group from the equipment that we put together. Everybody had their own thing, you know what I mean? So I had a turntable, the homie had a beat machine, the homie had this and that, and so we just put it together, and we just, you know, I started listening to hip hop when I was, you know, really young.
Yeah.
And I never knew about multi-tracks.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I got exposed to it from the equipment that we came up on.
Nice.
And so once I knew that all the music that I was influenced by was coming from a record, that's when I started collecting records, and at the crib that we had, we you know, we, like I said, we just kick it on the weekends. We all had jobs, kick it on the weekends, flip records. We had a little Scratch Master with a 10-second sampler.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and we would just loop shit. We would just loop shit here and there, and then freestyle over it. And that's how it all started. You know, after a while, we all, you know, separated from that spot. You know, I had a family, and then I started collect. You know, I had a job now, so I started buying more equipment, and then it just evolved from there. You know.
Going back to that little Scratch Master, man, I will say this. I think today's generation of artists are missing out on like the creativity you could do with the very little that you can get.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? A little that you have.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's what I tell a lot of homies that ask, because I've gotten, you know, questions before from like younger cats that ask like, what kind of equipment you use, what should I use, what should I start with. I tell them, look, man, whatever you have, all the music that you create is going to come from you, and just make use of what you have, and you will evolve from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it doesn't really matter what you have, and like us, like we started with that, and then it just grew to where we were at. You know what I mean? But we still it didn't stop us. You know what I mean? Because we didn't have all the equipment, all the multi-million dollar equipment, but we used what we had, and here we are. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you don't need all that expensive
No,
shit, man.
no, we
You
don't.
It's just you just need something. I mean, shit. Especially our era of growing up, you know, grimy, and just straight lyricism on top of it, and that was a dope track. Like, oh shit, that shit was hard.
Yeah,
you
man.
You don't need $1 billion budget for one song.
No, not at all, man. Nowadays, you could just have a laptop now. You know what I mean? Back then, we didn't have that, but you know, we used what we had, and I remember I had a cassette Tascam.
Yeah.
That's how I started with, you know.
So when you were doing for the group, were you doing engineering as well, as far as recording everybody and mixing it down?
We were at that time, you know. Honestly, I want to say, like, and that's the difference between a beat maker and a producer, right?
Yeah.
Like, I like to just dig, man. I just like to dig through records, flip samples, flip records. You know what I mean? And you know, I think I respect that craft too much, so I let somebody else do that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's dope.
I enjoy. I just have fun with it. You know what I mean? I enjoy what I do, and then let the other. You know, some people are just wired different. They're a little bit more detail oriented. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't really fuck with the engineering portion of it. It's not fun to me. You know what I mean? I like to have a good time, get in the studio. I got a regular job. You know what I mean? So when I get off of work, I use it as a therapeutic thing. You know what I mean?
Nice, as it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be. What was the first record you sampled?
Oh man, I want to say the Police.
Really?
I still remember it was the Police. It was the Police, and it was like a little drum loop that we did.
What song?
Fuck, I don't remember the song, bro. I remember the record.
Even if I did, I'm not gonna tell you, man.
Yeah,
that's secret shit right there. The Police album, and what did you get? You say you just got the drum off of that?
Yeah, we got a drum loop off of it, and we started rapping onto that, you know, and and then it evolved from there. And then, you know, after we got a 4-track, we're like, okay, there's multi-tracks here, we can add to it, and we started adding sounds to it, and yeah, it just evolved from there, bro. Like,
Nice. And then let me. What was your first machine that you actually bought that you started making beats with?
Dr. Groove. It was a Dr. Groove.
Was it the orange one?
Yeah. Black and orange.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yep.
I one of my buddies had that Dr. Groove, and I remember when he bought it, I was like, "Yo, Big Al, Lifestyles of the Rich and Infamous, I think it's called, or The Dangerous." I'm like, dude, all those there's 4 songs that they made on that Dr. Groove. And like, no, you didn't. And then I remember showing him like, listen.
You can hear the drums, right?
Yeah,
it had
the
the sound like.
Yeah. And I was like, that was a dope ass fucking. That was a Dr. Groove, was a dope ass fucking machine.
Yeah, and
Nice.
I think they had a series. Like there's a Dr. Groove, there was a Dr. Sample or something like that.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it came with it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
We had this old. Yeah, man. I think the homie still has that machine actually.
That's dope. Hey, that's nostalgic right there, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So how many when you got that, how many beats did you make on that?
Fuck, I don't even remember, man. We would just have cassettes because we had Actually, I at one point, like in 2008 or something like that, I put out a project called Shoebox Tapes.
Oh,
so the project was called Shoebox Tapes because at the time we had a Tascam multi-track recorder and we just had a bunch of cassettes. You know, it was a cassette recorder. So we just had a shoebox full of cassettes with samples and drum loops, and I put out a project of instrumentals from that, called it Shoebox Tapes, from that Tascam cassette Tascam.
Yeah.
That's what we used. I don't know how. We just did it all the time, you know, so I don't know how, I didn't really count how many beats we had, but just a bunch of sounds and samples and just all kinds of shit, and that's what we used to create that project.
And then with your music, man, when did you officially because going from the Dr. Groove, when did you start really incorporating like samples into your music?
At the time, I think it was after we moved out of that spot. I was living with my mom's, and she had a little laundry room, and I created a lab off of there.
Nice.
And then my homeboy from the valley, shout out to Chico Threat, he came through to my pad and we recorded a song, and that set everything off. Because at the time we would just make music, freestyle over it, we just fucking around. And once he came through and we recorded a song, that's kind of like what started everything as far as recording songs.
Nice.
With artists, you know?
Nice. And then we got a lot more interview coming up, but we're going to introduce the next track right here, Progreso. Talk about that.
Progreso is from a project that I'm doing with my homeboy Reason. Shout out to Reason and shit. We're dropping this album next month. So it's a whole new song, whole new project, and look out for it, man.
Here it is right here, PREED 1. Beat production extraordinaire, dropping live right here. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live right here on Digadeli.com.
Mic check 1, 2. Vagabundos estrujando sesos en el progreso. Jaque mate, sucker.
Dame lo que es mío. Esta rola trae calor y mi letra trae el frío. Dame lo que es mío. En la guerra del progreso no me quedo de vencido. Dame lo que es mío. Esta rola trae calor y mi letra trae el frío. Dame lo que es mío. En la guerra del progreso no me quedo de vencido. Tengo ideas y las manifiesto. Movidas como el ajedrez, quédate atento. Somos los vagos de este chido movimiento, echando pila al progreso, por eso. Deja de eso si tú vienes de payaso. Mi lírica y la pista, esto aquí es un detallazo. Prendo foco si tú tomas de mi vaso. Mis versos pegan verdades como el madrazo. No se me agüiten caballeros, sangre mexicana aunque no sea yo ranchero. Empinando birrias, tocando corridos, allá con la plebada me la paso retechido. Pero soy del otro lado, LA es el condado. Ando bien encabronado por ser más representado. Por eso he llegado a modelar el tono de los chicanos chidos, aquí la desarrollo. Dame lo que es mío. Esta rola trae calor y mi letra trae el frío. Dame lo que es mío. En la guerra del progreso no me quedo de vencido. Dame lo que es mío. Esta rola trae calor y mi letra trae el frío. Dame lo que es mío. En la guerra del progreso no me quedo de vencido.
Arquitecto de la rima levantando movimiento. Defiendo la cultura con lectura y escarmiento. Entre viento me muevo como plaga, evadiendo a parcas, soy héroe sin capa. Chicano califeño, producto de los 80s. De vez en cuando me perdía con coquetas, o con mis tíos destapando las cervezas, mientras tronaba el sonido de los muecas. Entre calles peligrosas yo rifaba y mendigaba. Me topé con hip hop y me cogí esa malvada chiquita, prenda de mi alma, música en la vena, por ella pierdo la calma. Estos ojetes hijos de su mamá guanga se pasan, atoran el progreso, no avanza. Buitre de la raza, contaminando patria. Guerrero musical, traigo lista de canalla.
Dame, dame, dame lo que es mío. Esta rola trae calor y mi letra trae el frío. Dame, dame, dame lo que es mío. En la guerra del progreso no me quedo de vencido. Dame, dame, dame lo que es mío. Esta rola trae calor y mi letra trae el frío. Dame, dame, dame lo que es mío. En la guerra del progreso no me quedo de vencido. Desde la cuna del progreso estrujo sesos. Siempre pa' adelante manteniendo el movimiento. Acá nos vale lo que está de moda. No está a nosotros seguir la bola. Ando en lo mío y bien tranquilo. No me alebresto cuando riman niños. Abre cancha y no para pasarte. Es que estoy en busca de buen arte. Algo que inspire lo imposible. Ya nada se entiende con todo lo que se masculle. Cobardes huyen cuando tienen que empezar. Ser original pero no pueden pensar por ellos mismos. Tienen dañado el psiquismo. Pobrecitos solitos se guían a el abismo. Yo no engaño así que dame lo que es mío. Este vagabundo desde morro ha sido chido. Dame, dame, dame lo que es mío. Esta rola trae calor y mi letra trae el frío. Dame, dame, dame lo que es mío. En la guerra del progreso no me quedo de vencido. Dame, dame, dame lo que es mío. Esta rola trae calor y mi letra trae el frío. Dame, dame, dame lo que es mío. En la guerra del progreso no me quedo de vencido.
You were tuned in to This Is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Northeast Los Angeles Hotbox Studios. DigItDaily.com, PREED1 in the motherfucking spot. Heaters, homie, you ain't messing around with that production. Heaters.
Thank you, bro. I'm glad to be here sharing it with everybody, you know?
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
How'd you meet up with Reason? How'd you guys link up?
Man, my homeboy from USK, Rob's one, he introduced us.
Oh, word up?
We kind of were, communicating through email for a while, and then he came through my pad. He's actually was staying in Nevada at the time, or
word up?
Vegas. Yeah, he came to visit to the crib. We went over beats, had a little session, and he took like maybe 10 beats, and he came up like a few months later. He hit me up and said I had a bunch of songs recorded.
Oh shit! So let me ask you this: when working with artists, like you guys linked up, you guys met. Did you just have beats that you gave him that you already had done, or did you actually go and be like, okay, what are you looking for in the album? What do you want? And then try to curate your beats or instrumentals to curate the album.
Both. So he came through. I had sent him a few beats already. He came through to the crib, had a little session, went through beats, fucked around with the music on the spot, and nice. Then he had like a certain tempo that he wanted, so we kind of created a couple beats on the spot, and then he just took them with him, and then a few months later he had it recorded.
Nice. Let me ask you this: as far as for yourself, is there artists that you're specifically looking for to work with, or has it always just been kind of like homies through homies, or you just happen to bump into cats and you work with them?
That's a good question, man. I used to want to work with people. You know what I mean? I used to want to reach out to people, but slowly I learned that I just gotta let people come to me, because a lot of times nowadays people could just get beats from the internet. You know what I mean? Like from folks and stuff. And I kind of like to build organically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that building relationships is something that I'd rather do that. You know what I mean? And build a solid foundation for like a lot of music that we could create. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, in that too, I mean, sure, when you're talking with an artist and you're working, you get to like, you kind of bond.
Exactly.
There's that bonding power that goes on, that you're like, all right, I know what this cat wants.
Yeah, and there's a little evolution, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you meet, you start to build chemistry, and then, once you let it happen naturally, that's when the magic happens, in my opinion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
How often are you in the studio making beats?
Oh, every day, bro. I have to.
Yeah.
I have to do it every day, because it's, like I said, it's like a therapeutic thing for me. Like, if I go a couple days without it, I start to feel anxiety. Like, that's just what I use.
Yeah.
It's like I get in a meditative state, you know what I mean? When I'm in the studio, like I have to do it like almost daily. I try to do it every day.
Yeah.
It's like digging daily, right? Like,
yeah, I'm chopping daily, homie. I'm
exactly, bro. Like, yeah.
How do wait, with making music on the daily or being in the studio creating? How do you keep those fucking juices flowing to have so many ideas on a constant?
I just like to listen to a lot of music that's out. You know what I mean? I kind of do a lot of digging. I listen to music, like I search for good music. You know what I'm saying? And like I just like the whole process, man. Like I try to go on little missions, like digging missions, like at least every couple months. You know, me and my lady will go take a trip somewhere, drive far away, find record shops in different cities. You know, and then and then I think that's what it is, man. And at the same time, you know, it's a little obsession that I have with records. You know what I mean? Because I have tons of records at the house that I probably haven't dug through, but the whole process of going out and digging, I'm a little bit like addicted to that. In a good way. You know, it's like a it's a good addiction. You know what I'm saying, to have. But that's really how I get the hunger to keep going. You know, digging through new records, listening to new music, foreign shit. You know, my collection, there's not a lot of hip hop records, to be honest, man. Like,
well, I mean, you're a producer, so I mean, you're not gonna go out and sample a hip hop joint. You're gonna go out, and, you know, you're gonna have some jazz, you have some blues, maybe some gospel. You're gonna have a wide variety of everything because as a digger, you're gonna. I mean, it's just natural, especially too.
Exactly, and that's what inspires me. You know what I mean? Listening to new records, new music that I've never heard before. You know?
Are you like extremely sample heavy?
Yeah, man. I am. You know, I'm kind of old school like that. You know, that's what I started with. This is what I started doing in the beginning with the Police record. You know what I mean? So that's what planted the seed, and I don't get away from that. That's just what I enjoy doing. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about music for me is like, I try to stick to what I enjoy. Yeah. And not make it a job or nothing like that. It's something that I enjoy doing, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not. How can I put it? Yeah, man. Once it becomes like something that like a task, I lose it. You know what I mean? I just want to like be creative, enjoy my studio, and just do what I want to do at the same time. Not really plan anything out. I let it happen. I think there's a quote in like the Joker. He says, what does he say? I'm a dog chasing a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I catch it, but I'm fucking gonna do it. I just do shit. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you: Is there because you buy the record that when you go digging, do you have to use that record for your sample, or are you okay with just buying the record and being like, you know what, I bought it, it's not gonna fit what I need?
Sometimes I just buy records just to listen to. You know what I mean? Like, and then I have like a little stack of returns. So I go to the record shops that I go to. Sometimes they'll give me credit, so I'll buy records. I'll have a stack. I'll dig through them, put them in another section, and then I take them back and get credit and take other ones, and bring other ones. You know what I mean?
Word up. How many crates deep are you right now?
Man, I lost count. I think in my room I probably got like I want to say like 45 records, and I got some in the garage. I got some at homies pads. You know what I mean? It's just all over the place. But in the lab, I probably got like maybe 48 crates.
Word up. Damn. All right, that's what's up. What's your as a producer, what's your genre that you prefer to sample the most?
Man, I tend to lean on the world section.
Word. All right. Word.
Yeah, just different shit. I mean, I like the soul stuff. That's something that I kind of prefer. When I'm digging through records, I get in different phases. You know, it's like, all right, I'm gonna dig through soul for like a few weeks, you know, and then I'll switch it up, go to rock. You know what I'm saying? But the world section is like where I find a lot of the good music that I enjoy the most. You know what I mean?
Nice. And then let me ask you this: as far as like when you're working with artists, are you like selective as far as like if you're working with an artist, like what track you're gonna give them, or do you kind of already know like, all right, these are the ones that I can give away, these I'm holding back for somebody else?
It just depends, you know, who it is. You know, like I said, like I have homies that I build with, and then for them, you know, I kind of just shoot them beats like every now and then. Like, hey, here's, you know, I created this. I'll kind of hear it, and okay, this this person might like this, and I'll shoot it to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How'd you link up with Blame One?
Oh man, through his Twitter account years back, man. Like years back, we linked up through that, and then slowly, you know, we did a couple songs, and slowly we just started doing more and more, and then we just kind of built the chemistry from that, and that's how it started. You know what I mean? Like,
nice. Talk about this track we're gonna play right now, Sinister.
This is a track that I got that I did with my homie Blame, and we got DJ TMB on it. Shout out to my homeboy EQ for linking us up. Keep it up, man.
Here it is right here. Sinister, Blame One, Preed One, right here, diggingdaily.com. This is The Way Radio.
Yo, you know the outcome. Some say sinister. See clearly so you can understand. You know the outcome. Some say sinister. Bless the paragraphs I manifest. Yo, you know the outcome. Some say sinister. See clearly so you can understand. You know the outcome. Some say sinister.
Time to set it straight. I'm trying to unlock the physical plane in a mystical frame from a digital lane. When I return to the earth from which I had came, don't be looking for blame. I ain't trying to remain in a world given to men who gave it degree, putting people in shackles and chains and made them believe that the European doctrine is the only option. And if you wonder why people are losing faith, cause they slowly watching, saying how can it be what's fact and fantasy? Why are those calling the shots trapped in vanity? Trying to tell me how to be a man, you ain't a man to me. I can pierce through the illusion, I can't stand to see. Chief rocker off the ganja and the cheap vodka, but I read and recite, that's how I keep proper. Through the opera, stay down till the curtains close. Fold the arms, just a b-boy in a certain pose. You ain't gotta be a minister to realize the world is sinister. Same people that help you out will finish it. You gotta keep it positive and hold up your head. Work hard, praise God, fam, fold up your bread. You ain't gotta be a minister to realize the world is sinister. Same people that help you out will finish it. Gotta keep it positive and hold up your head. Work hard, praise God, fam, fold up your bread. Okay, pre-blazing a beat, so let it bang, friend. Traded out most of my low for strike, hang 10. I'm just trying to keep it Cali classic. Got the streets from the mountain to the beach and the valley mastered. I done seen it all, thumbs ain't green at all. Used to boost clothes and cassettes right about the mall. Now I'm appalled that it took me this long to get my mind strong and analyze the parts of life I find wrong. Time's gone before you think you're getting started. You're departed when the signs show up, don't disregard it. People half-hearted, living life on another's terms. Discover concerns, uncover and learn what is best, cause life is a test, and while I'm trying to pass it, I fought not to put all my thoughts in one basket, cause this world is a wide space. Humans divide race, no matter where we are trying to find a place. You ain't gotta be a minister to realize the world is sinister. Same people that help you out will finish you. Gotta keep it positive and hold up your head. Work hard, praise God, fam, fold up your bread. You ain't gotta be a minister to realize the world is sinister. Same people that help you out will finish you. Gotta keep it positive and hold up your head. Work hard, praise God, fam, fold up your bread. I'm the captain of the vessel when I rap for something special, but only for the good of man, it's nothing to impress you. While Babylon arrests you, I'm releasing the cuffs, increasing the trust between the otherworldly and us. Every day I wake up, it's like I'm trying to adjust between rules, false fools, molecules in the dust, space travel and the creatures in the ocean beneath, beyond the coral reef, things that aren't open to speak. I'm hoping to reach the discipline, the soak and the chi of the masters all before me, keep it flowing my G. It's a secret code, divine spirit when I'm speaking notes, shaking hands with my brothers cause we keeping notes. Maybe my shortcomings a character flaw, but the air is human, that's the one marriage of all. So let your mistakes make you much better through the tough weather. This is one phase, either way we gonna live forever.
Yo, you know the outcome. Some say sinister. See clearly so you can understand. You know the outcome. Some say sinister. Bless the paragraphs I manifest. Yo, you know the outcome. Some say sinister. See clearly so you can understand. You know the outcome. Some say sinister.
Time to set it straight.
Preed One live in the studio, wasn't holding back when he brought these tracks. I think you definitely set the bar for when producers come through, man.
Hell yeah, man. I had
Brought
to,
some
bro.
heat.
You know what I mean?
Brought some heat.
Had to, bro.
So let me ask you this right now. What's your what are you using right now, production wise, right now?
I got an MPC X and I got an MPC Live.
Nice.
Yeah, it just depends what I'm doing, what room I'm in. You know, I got a upstairs, and then I got a couple of. I like the MPC Live because it's portable, so I take it here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's your if you could choose one machine, what's the machine that would be your go-to for everything if you could?
Nah, I just like the MPC Live, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's I don't know. It's what has helped me lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I've created the most music in. So.
Oh shit! Well, word. That's what's up. Let me ask you this, man. As far as like production-wise, who are some of your influences?
Now, I like to say probably Diamond D, Primo, of course. You know what I mean? A lot of the old school cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, Dilla. You know, he some influence. You know what I mean? The Beat Nuts. Just all a lot of the '90s producers that I grew up listening to, man. You know.
If you could say you had a style that you were putting out, what would your style, or how would you categorize your style of instrumentals?
Oh man, that's a good question, bro.
We ask those hard-hitting questions right here at DiggyTeddy.com.
No shit, huh? Damn, I think I'd like to just let the people decide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to just think that it's just my own sound. You know what I mean? I don't like to compare myself to other producers. You know what I mean? I just think that I want to create my own sound, my own style, and I want people to say, "Well, that sounds like a PREED beat." You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think just a mixture of a lot of the stuff that I was influenced by. You know,
word up.
A lot of the '90s shit for sure.
How many artists are you fucking with right now?
Just a handful, man. Maybe three or four.
Really?
Yeah.
In your tenor of being a producer, how many artists have you worked with?
Shit. Not a lot, man. Not a lot, bro. I just put out a lot of instrumental projects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably built with like maybe 6 or 7 artists.
Are you open to working with other artists?
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, we just gotta build organically. You know what I mean? Hit me up. You know, yeah, for sure.
Make sure you talk to PREED, get him a blunt, be his homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he'll give you that fire. You already heard 3 other tracks.
Yeah, give me some weed and we'll work for sure. Shit, you know.
You were talking about your instrumental projects. You have another one that you're gonna be dropping soon, right?
Yeah. It's called Soul Work.
Soul
Work, and it's all just off of Soul Records that I've dug through recently.
Nice. How many tracks on that?
I always do like a 10-track album. Right now I got like 18 beats.
Yeah.
For that project, so I just usually pick out the ones that are my favorite and I put it together.
Oh shit! What do you do with what do you do with the tracks that don't make the beat tape?
I just keep them in a folder and I label it, you know, beats that were not used.
I mean, that's smart.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty simple. I mean, I thought there would be some like crazy science behind it. Like, I just put in a file. And beats that were not used. It's simple.
For real.
Let me ask you this, brother. As far as like for yourself, musically, like what do you want to accomplish with your music, or what are your goals? Your end
man,
game?
I just want to contribute, man. I just want to. I'm like the motherfucker on the bench at the basketball game, and I want to just jump in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put me in. You know, I got something to contribute. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I just want to be a part of the overall collective of the hip hop culture and shit that really kind of I feel like saved my life when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Because it really took me away from a path that I didn't want to be in. You know what I mean? And once I discovered music and graffiti, that kind of led me to a different path. And I think that I want to just contribute to that, and hopefully that I can help the next other younger generation.
Yeah, the next generation coming up.
Yeah, you know.
How did you get the name PREED 1?
Just from graffiti, man. Yeah. Actually, it's funny. Like my homeboy Peacer, in the 7th grade, actually, he gave me a name. I had a few names when we started writing. I started writing a few names. You know what I mean? When you start, you're beginning like I was like 11. And,
what was your first name?
Seer.
Name? Seer. All right.
I used to write Seer. You know what I mean? And I was a toy at the time. You know what I mean? But
I was a toy at the time.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Honest. We all start like that way. You know what I mean? So then I evolved, and then I started. I went through phases of names.
Yeah.
I think at one point I was writing Greed. And I just didn't like the G, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't flow nicely, so I just put a P in front of it, and that's
word
it. It
up.
stuck.
Word up, PREED 1.
That's right.
Didn't like the G, so we put a P. That's what's up. I thought it was gonna be like some crazy story and shit.
Yeah, no
It
shit.
didn't flow right. It was a G.
Yeah,
and
it's all about hand styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As
hell
graffiti
yeah.
artists, like we write. You know what I mean? Like I think those letters flowed nicely with the
Nice.
mean streak. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So just,
And then you got a legit logo, Doug. Talk about your logo.
thank you, bro. Shout out to my homeboy Rob from USK, man. He designed that logo.
Nice.
Yeah, and then my homeboy Machine Studio, Bus One. He did the stickers.
Word up. Word
Yeah,
up.
so
Can cats get that?
yeah,
Where
yeah.
can they
for
get
sure.
that at?
Just hit me up. I'll shoot them to you.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I think Boxer's taking the sticker
Yeah,
over
here you
there
go.
right now. There you go. Yeah.
Here you go, man.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, just hit me a DM, and if you want a sticker pack, I'll shoot them to you, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then let me ask you, as far as for your beat tapes, how many beat tapes do you have altogether?
Ah, shit. I want to say like 10.
10?
Yeah, they're on the Bandcamp site.
Oh, okay. What's your Bandcamp?
Yeah, my PREED1 bandcamp.com.
Nice. And then do you strictly just have your beats on there, or do you have like
I have
actual
songs
tracks
too.
and
I have songs, albums, projects. Usually I try to put it on that first, and then some of them, you know, maybe it'll make it to the Spotify or other, you know, digital platforms. But most of the music that I put out is through my personal Bandcamp.
Nice. Nice. Do you have artists hitting you up all the time to work with you?
Yeah, I do. You know, I just I used to kind of like you know, reach out to people. They used to reach out to me
Yeah.
through emails, stuff like that. But I don't do that no more, man. Like,
Yeah.
if somebody wants to work, just hit me up and we could build from that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? A lot. I don't like emailing beats to people. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So,
Yeah, I
but
think
that's
something gets lost in that process.
yeah,
right?
man. It's just a different thing, man. Like, you know, unless it's a homie, you know what I mean? Like, if it's a good friend, we could do that. You know what I mean? But if
Yeah.
I don't know you and you just reach out and want some beats, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just I don't really know who you are. You know what I mean? Shoot me the music, I'll check it out. You know, and if it's something solid, cool. But I think that a lot of artists nowadays put out albums, and no, everybody does their own thing, whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like a lot of times you get different beats from different producers, and then that whole project.
It just sounds put together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds put together, and that's what I'm trying to get away from now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
There's producers that do beat leasing where they're like, oh, you could lease my beat, and they'll lease it to multiple people, so multiple artists will have kind of the same track if they don't want to buy, for instance, the actual track.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? You're
I
a
mean, it's
producer.
cool. It's cool, you know, if people if people do it for different reasons. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I know that people pay their bills. You know what I mean, with
Yeah.
the music that they make. So that's cool if that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? I got a job, so I do the music because I love it. Doesn't mean that I'm not passionate about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I take it serious. You know what I mean? Because this is what I love. I'm passionate about everything I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a different thing. You know what I mean? I'm not out here trying to make money off of it.
Yeah.
Even though, like, yeah, if I make some money, cool. But that's not my goal. My goal is just to evolve as an artist and just create music for people, and you know, put it out like that. You know what I'm saying?
How's the evolution of your production going so far?
It's going good, man.
Yeah.
It's going good. I think it's just the whole culture. You know what I mean? I've
Yeah.
evolved as a graffiti artist to what I am now, and it all started from just being inspired from, you know, a lot of the music that we grew up
Yeah.
listening to, and what, you know. I think that a lot of times we get influenced by certain shit, and that's what influenced me. You know, the '90s style of music, the '80s. You know what I mean? 2000s, and here we are. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of different avenues for different people, and I just choose to stick with what I do, what I know, and what I love, which is boom bap, and
Yeah.
that's cool. You know what I mean? This is what I do. You know what I mean? If people want to do different kind of music, that's for them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Let me ask you this: what was the greatest record you ever sampled?
Oh man, I think that just depends on who you're asking. You know what I mean? I think for me, I always remembered the records that I sampled from my dad. which the very first album that I sampled was Iracundos. I like that, a lot of that era music in Spanish. You know what I mean? But I think that's the era that I like to sample. You know what I mean? A lot of the 70s, 60s Spanish music. That's why I stick to a lot of the foreign section when I go digging.
Yeah. But there's not one sample that you sample where you're like, this is the shit. This right here, this is hitting.
Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't remember, bro. Like, I'm in the lab high as fuck. I just make beats and shit. I forget. I gotta go look at it. You know what I mean?
That's fucking dope. You're like, hey, I don't remember, dog. I'm in the lab high as fuck. I just make them. That's fucking.
Yeah.
That's some real shit right there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, brother. Hey, man. Real quick, shoot the contact info where cats can find you at, brother.
Yeah, man, just hit me up on Instagram or my email. My Instagram or my email is preed1@gmail.com, and my Instagram is preed_1_818.
Where's the? I have another question for you. Where's your best location to go digging at?
There's a spot called the Relic on San Fernando Road. I'm not gonna say more than that.
All right. There it is, right there. There it is, the Relic. That's what's up. Hey, man, I want to wish you very much success on the music, man. The tracks you played for us today are fucking dope as fuck. We still got one more to go. The production, man, shit, you on it, brother. You on it. Thank you. And you know what? Thank you for always being cool, brother. You've always cool.
Thank you for having me here, man, and for inviting me through, and for having a platform for all the artists that.
Hell yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. Next time you come through, man, we're definitely gonna do that beat session, bro.
Definitely will.
Yeah, have that beat session. Have you rocking live. The brother brought his MPC, and we weren't prepared on our end, and so I apologize about that. But I'll get some longer chords so that way we make sure we could definitely get Cat seeing you rocking a live set.
No doubt, man. Hell yeah.
Last track we're gonna get into right here is called Roadmap. Talk about that track real quick.
Roadmap is off of the Blame project that I'm working on. It features Blame One, me, and yeah, check it out. It's fucking dope.
When's that album gonna drop?
Man, I don't have a date for it yet, bro. Like, hopefully this year. That's the plan.
Word up.
Yeah, check it out, man.
Well, like I said, brother, I want to wish you very much success. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you guys definitely check him out. PREED1, I believe it's PREED1_818 on Instagram.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Make sure you guys check him out. Bandcamp.com, PREED1. Check out all of his beat tapes. Make sure you guys check out his music. Support the independent culture. Support dope music. Support dope artists. Support PREED1 right here on diggindaily.com. Last track we're getting into, Roadmap featuring Blame One.
Yeah, I wanna send a shout out to my homeboy Care One. He's featured on this project.
You know what? Send out all your shout outs. My bad.
Yeah.
Send out all your shout outs.
No, it's all good. Just my homeboy Care One that he's on this song.
Word up. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Hot Box Studios, Northeast Los Angeles. As always, we got special guests. PREED1 was live in studio. Make sure you guys support the movement. We are Digging Daily.
What's on contact?
My style is no limits. 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 Limits. No limit. No limit. Limits.
Catch me leading the pack, I live and breathe in the rap. I'm feeding the track with nutrients that even attack. Wicked forces, I'm a 5-star General G. I became everything that you're pretending to be. Black Timberland boots, plus the ice golden green. Hold the demon reverence till my soul is redeemed. Clean my soul with the prayer and meditation to see straight. The temple sturdy from the cardio and the freeways. Mind and memory from the reading and writing. You live a life behind a screen, that's not even exciting. I'm expanding my view when I'm demanding a new experience. I soak it up till it reveals what's true. Then I dissect it for all my people living hectic. I gather up an army, then I also direct it to move. Show and prove, now it's starting the pace. You talk tough, but you're really only marching in place.
And that goes for anybody that gotta pay they dues. Nothing but some real. Where's the path that you think for? That it's time to take matters in our own hands.
Why you worry about what you wear and what you drive as a car? I'm the union of two forces like a 6-point star. Even the evil that I do, I turn around to lessons. Purify any lies and solidify blessings. It's etched in stone, could never be a clone. And I praise the Almighty, so I'll never be alone on my path. Got a question and ask. I'm an open book surrounded by wise men and running the mill talking crooks. I'm never shook because I've gone through many stages and my soul is ageless. I could only be courageous. I paid this price from the burden I carry. Most of what I hold true till the world is contrary. I'm very passionate and what I feel is overwhelming. And I never pay attention to what records are selling. Cause I live reality and not a fantasy. And the one that I regard is maybe not a man to me.
And that goes for anybody that gotta pay they due. Nothing but some real. Where's the path that you take for me? This time to take matters in our own hands.
Yo, I'm a master of philosophy, there really ain't no stopping me. Even though the weight of Babylon is on top of me, the properties and principles of magnetism allow my vision to spread amongst the heads matted, living like puppets and pawns stuck in the dawn of the devil. I'm a soul rebel, go ahead and get up on my level. I shovel through the rubbish remains of false planes, ordained to step back and utilize my brain. I'm not driven by fame or even props, really. They take life as a game when it is not silly. They're too passive, I do it for the true master. And when it all goes down, you see the cool acting. I got no time to lose while the world is confused. I stay true even though I know my soul been bruised. I got a roadmap design that I'm navigating, and no patience for the wicked that are agitating.
And that goes for anybody that gotta pay they due. Nothing but some real. Where's the path that you take for me? That is this time to take matters in our own